Hello students, in the previous lectures I was discussing about optical detectors in advanced instrumentation course. So we were going through this optical detectors part, and in the optical detectors I discussed about vacuum type photoemissive cell and gas filled type photoemissive cell. These were the two optical detectors I discussed. The next optical transducer or optical detector that I will discuss is photomultiplier tube in this lecture. So what is the advantage of photomultiplier tube? Why we go for this photomultiplier tube when we have this vacuum type photoemissive cell and gas filled type photoemissive cell? So what is the advantage of photomultiplier tube? The advantage is photomultiplier tube, the sensitivity is very high as compared to the vacuum type and gas filled type photoemissive cell. The sensitivity of photomultiplier tube is very high. So what is photoelectric sensitivity? As I've discussed in my previous lectures also, like here, the photoelectric sensitivity is S is equal to IB divided by phi, where IB is the photoelectric current and phi is the luminous flux or luminous intensity. So IB is the photoelectric current. What photomultiplier tube, that the photomultiplier optical detector that we going to discuss in this lecture, what is the role of photomultiplier tube? What it does, it increases or it amplifies the output photoelectric current to a very large extent for a very low level luminous light intensity also. So the sensitivity of photomultiplier tube increases because it amplifies the photoelectric current to a very large extent. Obviously sensitivity is equal to output upon input. If output increases to a very large extent, the sensitivity will increase automatically. So since the sensitivity of photomultiplier tube is very high, means it can also be used, or it can be used for measuring extremely low level luminous light intensity, because for an optical detector, for a photoelectric optical detector, what is the input? Input is the luminous intensity of the light and output is the photoelectric current. So if the sensitivity of photomultiplier tube is very high, means it can be used for measuring very low level luminous light intensity also, because for that low level luminous light intensity it can produce a very high photoelectric current. So the sensitivity of vacuum type photoemissive cell that I've discussed in my previous lecture, I told you there also the sensitivity of vacuum type photoemissive cell is 100 microampere per lumen, whereas the sensitivity in photomultiplier tube reaches up to 20 ampere per lumen. As you can see, as you can compare 20 ampere per lumen and 100 microampere per lumen, you can see the unit of photoelectric current, output photoelectric current, it is in ampere in the photomultiplier tube and it is in the microampere in case of vacuum type photoemissive cell. So you can very well compare that the photomultiplier tube is having very high sensitivity as compared to this vacuum type photoemissive cell or gas filled type photoemissive cell. So how this sensitivity increases, or you can say how the photomultiplier tube increases the output photoelectric current. As I've told you, as the output photoelectric current gets amplified in the photomultiplier tube, because of which its sensitivity increases. So how the photomultiplier tube is actually amplifying this output photoelectric current? It uses the main reason behind the amplification of output photoelectric current is the usage of this successive stages of diodes. Here in the photo, this is the construction of photomultiplier tube. You can see there are successive stages. These successive stages are used for emitting or for secondary emission of electrons. You can say these successive stages are used for secondary emission of electrons, and because of the secondary emission of electrons, the output photoelectric current gets amplified. So I'll tell you the whole working in my next slide. Let me first discuss the construction of photomultiplier tube. So the photomultiplier tube, as you can see here, the photomultiplier tube, it consists of a cathode. It consists of a photosensitive cathode. So here you can see this is a photoemissive cathode. So it has various electrodes. This is a glass envelope. The whole arrangement is enclosed in a glass envelope, vacuum type glass envelope. The inside is the vacuum. There is no gas present in the glass envelope. The inside of the glass envelope is kept vacuum. So inside the glass envelope there is a photoemissive cathode, means we have a thin metal film, the surface of which is coated with a photoemissive material. So we are saying this photoemissive cathode, or you can say photosensitive cathode also, because it is sensitive to light, it is sensitive to photons. This cathode is sensitive to photons, because when light will fall on this cathode, electrons will emit out. So you can say photosensitive cathode or photoemissive cathode, both will mean the same thing here. So this whole arrangement consists of photosensitive cathode, and then it has diodes. What are diodes? Diodes basically they are intermediate electrodes and are used for emission of additional electrons. These diodes are used for emission of additional electrons. And then we have this final anode. So this anode is connected to the positive terminal of the battery. This is a positively connected anode. This anode is used for collection of the emitted electrons. Whatever electrons has been emitted